You know what? For this week, I'm giving up on educating you. Let's just do a random book haul. Random crazy book haul. Let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, pedestrians, modifiers, I am the anonymous librarian. You can call me out. And welcome to the show, to the public service announcement that I do weekly. Twice a week if you count the reading updates. But like I said, nothing too hectic today. I wanted to do a book haul, but it is a unique book haul. This is all about getting secondhand books for cheap, it's good quality. From, if you're in South Africa, we got Bobshop. It's like Amazon, but it also sells secondhand stuff and new stuff. Takelot's the big one, which only sells new stuff in South Africa. Bobshop sells like everything. You can even do the auction, bid or buy, whatever stuff one day. But the Yankees. But then there are a lot of people selling second-hand books at very affordable prices. Often it is, and the reason I end up like this, so how this comes about. There's one book that I need, I go find it on Bobshop, then the courier cost, which is also cheap, usually costs the same as the book. So then I just go through other books from that seller is selling. Yeah, that is how you say it. That seller is selling. The seller is selling. So you say, don't argue with me. And I see if there's anything else I might want to find interesting, something weird, something odd. And I click, that looks interesting. Doop, doop, doop. And I end up choosing a bunch of books like that. The boat. Cock Fancy. Can you see that? Then you see it. It says Cock Fancy. And that's me. I am Cock Fancy. I am Cock Fancy. What does cock mean if you're English? Go find out for yourself. Let's begin, and I'll try and make it make sense as I go along. Right. So first of all, this book I didn't get from Bobshop, but this is the reason I had to go to Bobshop. It was from another sale stuff. I got Fablehaven by Brandon Mull, but the second book, what's it called? Rise of the Even Star. I got that from a different sale at a bookstore that was had to sell a bunch of stuff for cheap. So I got it there. Because I'd heard about, check out if you want to, I heard about Fablehaven on the Exits Examined YouTube channel. Really great. Check out that guy. Check out what others doing on there. Really amazing. But I got interested in Fablehaven. And then when I saw this on the sale, I said, yeah, I'm going to buy it. Let me get it. But they didn't have the first Fablehaven book. And I couldn't find it anywhere. So when you can't find a book, you go to Bobshop in South Africa. And you'll find it there. Secondhand usually, but you'll find it there. So yeah, I did find Fablehaven then. By Brandon Mull, the original book, the first book in the series. And I was very happy. I'm sure I'm gonna read this pretty soon as well. Because I know they are working on a film adaptation. I believe it's going ahead. So yeah, I would definitely want to read it before the movie exists. But anyway, so that was the reason. I got it, but now I'm already going to pay courier price, and then I'm going to pay it for just one book? Nah. Let me then go, because then you end up, go sit through, I'm just getting my bearings, right? I'm filming on a different day than usual, so I need to get my bearings straight. So then I went through what the seller also has and clicked on some other stuff I thought interesting, some stuff I have no idea what they are, other stuff that by offers that I like, send me this. I want to read the stuff, So this is the stuff I got. A bunch of them I do know the offers and others are kind of random, but let me show you what I got. And I bought this. I ended up buying 11 books if you include Fablehaven from this one seller. So the courier price actually went down. They have like a higher courier price, but then when you go over a certain amount and it goes down, you know how online sales do. I really hope you do. If you don't understand how that works, in this day and age, there's no hope for you. There is no hope for you. But let's go to it. But then I ended up buying these 11 books for basically the same price as what I might pay for 2 new books. Not even like 1.5 new books. And like mass market paperbacks. So it's not in any particular order. First one I got here is That Ways Lies Camelot by Jenny Wards. Now, some of you might have heard the name of Jenny Wards if you know about the Wars of Light and Shadow series. I still have to get into that, but I'm really excited to read the Wars of Light and Shadow. And when I saw this, no, and I've never heard of this collection of short stories by. But no, I want to get that. I want to see it. It might be a good way to start with Jenny Wards. Yeah, it is a collection of how many short stories? A bunch. And I've listened to Jenny Wards talk so often. There's 15 short stories here. And I've listened to Jenny Wards talk on so many booktube channels. And I just found it fascinating and really excited to finally start reading some Jenny Wards. So I'm excited for this one. Then I also got this one. Lloyd Alexander's The Book of Free. This is the first. I think this is the Pernian trilogy. Does it say the Perdian Chronicles? Yeah, and there's 5 books in the Perdian Chronicles. Or there's 5 main books, and I think there might be more, but there's 5 main books in the Perdian Chronicles. I think Fablehaven's also 5. I also know about The Book of Free from Exits Examined by Otto. Go and watch that guy's channel. The fascinating stuff, and he does deep dives into all classic series, books. I was even like in weird TV shows, anything that was pop culture. But the stuff on the books I really enjoyed. Look at that cover. Look at that bad guy on the horse with his ride, and a skull face with antlers. How awesome! Yeah. And the kid looking, and you can only see the back, but you can tell that kid's scared as hell. Because I'd also be. I saw that thing coming out of the forest now. So I'm actually, it's really short. I really want to get into this. And this has come from, like, I believe the 70s, or I don't think it's the 60s. Is it the 60s? First published, 1964. So this is old school. Fancy. I really want to try. Seems interesting, fascinating. I've not heard anybody talk about it saying, no, shit. No, I've only heard good things. The next, a bit more modern, Sabriel by Govnix. This was actually not one of the books I chose. This was not even listed. But there was another book I chose, and that book was not available. And then the guy's like, I got this book. What can I replace for you? And when he said Sabriel, I said, I've heard of Sabriel. I've heard good things about Sabriel. It's like YA fantasy, but like it's a bit more, and I've heard a lot of good things about Govnix's writing. I do have a short story collection. Haven't read it yet. It's not actually. I think it's like a novella collection of 3 novellas. But Herbert and Mr. Fitzwatson and the guy with the Herbert, 2 dudes riding on lizards. Yeah. So yeah, I'm on. I want to check out Sabriel eventually. Excited to do that. I'm excited. I'm excited for all of these. Why? Well, I wouldn't have chosen them in the word excited. Okay, now what do we have here? Something I've actually read, or at least partially read. They had the different seasons, and I love this cover because I had actually the different seasons by Stephen King. This one actually doesn't even say it's different seasons. It's actually different seasons, but this one says The Shawshank Redemption. This one they built it as Shawshank because then the movie was out and big. But it's actually Retire on The Shawshank Redemption. If you didn't know that, because you're a noob. I know everything. I had actually a vision just like this with this cover. Was in the library in a small town I grew up in. I checked it out from the library, and then I read like The Shawshank Redemption because that's really what I wanted, and I enjoyed it a lot. And then for some reason I didn't read the other the other 3 stories in the end and took it back to the library, which mistake. But now hopefully I can get to the body. I believe it's App Pupil. Is that what it is? Yeah, the body of the. Yeah, app pupil is the other one, and then the breathing method. Hopefully, we'll get to all of those. Really excited. I mean, and this just takes me back to my childhood, this cover and everything. So I had to, more than just owning different seasons, I wanted to own this cover again, and this book took me back to that time. Listen, I'm not getting melancholic or nostalgic. Shut up. I don't have feelings. I don't have emotions. I bring education and facts to you. That's all I do. That's all. Okay, I'm down. I actually got this on a hint that I was gonna like this writer, and then I actually now finally have read. After I actually got it, I finally read one of his books, and I loved it. It's Joseph Conrad's The Rover. Yeah. I mean, it's a boat. It's a boat. It's got something to do with a boat. I'm assuming something about piracy or whatever. Awesome. I read Heart of Darkness this month. This month. If you've been paying attention, you'd know that. If you've been here before, and I love it. Wow. What just happened? I just thought I was gonna burp and then didn't burp and then burp and I almost died. I almost died. Did any of you come to save me? No, you didn't. None of you tried to save me. Wow. Thank you for that. The Rover. Joseph Conrad's Heart of Darkness. I loved it so much. It was such an. His prose was so amazing. Explicit. It weaves this tapestry in your mind. This real beautiful, visceral, dark tapestry that that you feel the dread and you feel these people and you like. And just great. It was great. And how the characters, because they are the characters, he doesn't try to make them like unique heroes or stuff. Like they see the things, but they're still products of their time. They're still people of the time they're living in. And they know this again, and they're being hypocritical and stuff. Oh, but I loved it. Just some of the best prose I have yet read, and I want to get into more of Conrad. Oh. Now this one, this book I know nothing about. I saw the title, I saw the cover, and I said, "Nah, that looks silly and fun enough. I want to do it. I want to check this out." Sam Durell, Assignment Moongirl. Yeah. No, I didn't buy it because there's a lady in a bikini and a tiger on the front. That's not why I bought it. Probably. Maybe it's a little. Listen, that's a fun cover. I don't care what you say. That's a fun cover. It's like apparently, I think this is the 26th book in the series. It's like guys like a James Bond type figure. I don't think. Oh, wait. Let me see. Am I lying? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, Sam Durell is like the hero. He's like the James Bond co and Sam Durell. The actual writer is Edward S. Arrows. Edward S. Aarons. I guess. Listen. Saw the cover, I thought it looked interesting. I saw the name, like that seems silly enough. I want to see what that's all about. No judgment. Yeah, next. Oh, I actually saw that Nikhil found also the same book. Nikhil from Self-Esteem also got this book from some sale at the library. Got Doris Lessing, The Fifth Child. Look at that cover. Oh, that's such a creepy cover. It's about mother apparently and how awful a child is. The mom got a really ugly boy, uggo. She gave birth to a proper uggo, and now they can't take the uggo anywhere, and then the uggo turns out to be super evil. I think that's kind of what I got from reading the back. That don't take my word for that. I'm trying to remember what I read on the back. It's a weird concept. It's a weird concept. So why not? I like a little bit of weird. If you can get it for cheap, I'll go wear it for cheap any day. Now this is like Stephen King or that. This is a writer I know, and I just wanted to get more of his stuff. And I saw they had it. Actually, the Sabriel was exchanged for, or I got Sabriel in exchange for one of this writer's books that the guy didn't have anymore. But these were the two I still had. It is Louis L'Amour Yondering and Louis L'Amour Treasure Mountain. Hey. Yondering. Yondering, I think, is one of them is a short story collection. Yeah, Yondering is a short story collection, and then Treasure Mountain is one of the Sackett, is in the Sackett series. I think it's one of the early ones as well. I am. Holy crap! There's definitely some pages. There's definitely some pages missing in this book, but because it literally starts at chapter 1, you can see that there's not even the other stuff. But I mean, that's as long as all the writing is there. I think it's like the third or I think it's the third one in the second series. I think I checked it out. It's like the third one. It's one of the early ones in the second series. So just get some more Louis L'Amour. I'm really enjoying the Louis L'Amours I've read so far. It's just a fun break for me. It's really a fun break. Okay, this one. This is the last one. I'm gonna have to hold there is an unclothed person on part of the cover. So let me just hold like this. So I'm gonna hold it like this. I'll show you as much of the cover as I can. It's like a dragon crazy. It's like a knight on a, what's that, a griffin? It's on a griffin. Fighting like, what's this, a snake dragon or something. Yeah. And then a snake lady kind of on the thing. Apparently this book is inspired, it's a wild ride through the night by Walter Moores. The author of the international best-selling The 39th Lives and Captain Bluebeard. Apparently this is inspired by some artist. Using 21 drawings from the work of Gustave Doré, the most successful illustrator of the 19th century, Walter Moores has created a wondrous and utterly delightful tale. I think it's more like, even though I think it's supposed to be like a YA or more like a kid's story, even though there's a naked lady on the front. But it's all based on the art by this guy. This is some of the art he did. And I've looked at it, it has all the art it's based on inside, and it's really good. So I thought that's curious and interesting. Let me try that. I mean, it was kind of like that cover was so crazy and the name was so weird. I was like, nah, I wanna, that calls. It calls to me. That type of book calls to me. Now I have to hold the books, censor the books with my covers, yo. What has life got into, right? So that was the one. That was a couple of months ago that I got all those. Then lately I had to do it again because So those were all from the same haul. Those ones. Those 11. Yeah. Because I needed to get Fablehaven by Brandon. So then I was driving home. I wanted to watch a movie like a couple of weeks ago. Driving back, saw people selling books like a little small little fair or whatever next to the road. Where they mostly sell like fresh fruit and veg, but then somebody was selling secondhand books there. And I went, I'm gonna check out. It's like 10, 20 rand, which is like, well, 10 rand is like 50 cents in dollars, and 20 rand is like $1. I picked up this book, this wild thing called The Mountain Shadow by Gregory David Roberts. There's name, there's the cover. And this is Fear is a wolf of chain, only dangerous when you see it set free. Well, this is in any case, this was a sequel to another book the guy had written that is partly based on his own life, but very much exaggerated. It's like in the underworld, which is the book that I wanted to get because I want to get the first book. So this is the book I actually got from Bobshop and went to look for. Shantaram by Gregory David Roberts. And it's about it's the underworld, the underworld criminal organization, whatever, in India. Is it in Bombay? Yeah, it's in Bombay's underworld. It takes place in Bombay's underworld. Big boy. Yeah? Yeah, and it's not, no. But why not? It looks interesting. And apparently, the Mountain Shadow doesn't seem like, when you look on Goodreads, it's not that big a seller. But this one was like a major bestseller. Yeah, it is the international bestseller. Got a lot of reviews on Goodreads and stuff. Interesting. We'll eventually get to it. Yeah. So what? But then obviously, just to buy that, then I have to pay extra courier costs. Let's get to see what some interesting stuff they have at that one. Or that bookseller. Now that bookseller didn't have quite as random stuff as the first one I went through, But I found some stuff I was interested in. The Glass Menagerie by Tennessee Williams, which is a play. And I like, I have never read anything. This thing even has notes in it. I think this was like for education, one of those. Even has somebody's notes in it, wrote a bunch of notes in here. But yeah, I want to get some. I've heard about Tennessee Williams a little bit, but don't really know anything. I mostly just recognize the name, but I've recognized the name of the Glass Menagerie as well. But I said, I want to give it a chance. I want to give it a shot. Why not? Getting it for cheap. Why not? Trying it. See how it goes. Also, yeah, this might be the most random book around from that. I'm kind of like, it was kind of a combination of the girl. No, not the girl. The name. You'll hear why I said the girl now. The name and the cover. Like, it's called The Girl Savage by Catherine Rundell. Outstanding debut, says Julia Golding. Okay. I like that cover, and the photo name wasn't bad. And when I got it, it's basically the concept. Apparently, what this is, this game, what it's about is for me less interesting than what it looked like it was about. But apparently, it's a girl that grew up in rural Africa, a rural part of Africa, like in the wilds, where it's at least reasonably wild still. And then she has to go to school, boarding school probably, in Britain, and then like clash, and that's why she's called the Girl Savage, because she's a savage compared to her classmates. I guess that's it. But I mean, it looks fun enough and short enough read. I think this is one of those you can fly through less than even while reading other stuff. You can probably read it in half a day or in a day if you wanted to. But no, why not? That's what I got. There's a book missing. Where is that? Hold on. Now you look. It fell over. Why did you have to take a book? Alright. Con Eagledon, who I've read a lot about. This one is Wolf of the Plains. Now I haven't read about this one specifically, but this is a historical fiction based on the younger days of Genghis Khan. It might take more than that. It might even go past that, but it's the opening of the Conqueror series. You know what I mean? I really enjoyed the Wrath of the Khan series, podcast series by what's his name? Corlin. You know, from at Hardcore History. Corlin. He's Corlin something. I can't believe I forgot the guy's name. I love that series. But I love that podcast so much, Hardcore History. And I really enjoyed the Wrath of the Khan series. And then I also really enjoyed Jack Waverford's Genghis Khan and the Making of the Modern World book. I listened to that on audiobook. I really enjoyed that. So I'm like, I wanna read like Con Eagledon. I've heard good things about. He's writing about Genghis Khan and it's like from young and older. Yeah, I'm gonna read this. I'm excited for that. Give it a chance, and I love historical fiction. Then from another popular, famous writer, luxury writer, Michael Crichton. I've never read anything by Michael Crichton, and I had this one. It's called Pirate Latitudes. I mean, Jurassic Park's probably one most people want to read first, or Westworld. Is Westworld a book as well? I'm assuming it's a book. I know it's a movie. I know it's a TV show. But I like pirates. I like pirates. Sound fascinating to me. Latitudes. I know what a latitude is. It's a line in the sand. No, it's not a line in the sand. It's like directions, place. I know what latitude is. Don't listen. Just because I can't explain it right now doesn't mean I don't know what a latitude is. I know what latitudes are. Okay. I'm like, that sounds like it could be fun. Give Michael Crichton a chance finally, and then just read about some pirates doing pirate stuff. Why not? Sounds fun. And then there was one more. And this is actually a book I've been hearing quite a bit about. It is Wanderer of the Pulitzer Prize by Anthony Durell. All the light we cannot see. Oh, it's a big one. This one's actually nicely wrapped stuff. And I was like, yeah, okay. I've heard so much about it. People seem to really enjoy it. I'm gonna try it. I believe it's in it takes place during the Second World War. And there's like one blind dude, and then there's a girl that sees with a blind dude, or there's a blind boy, and there's a girl that sees with. I'm butchering whatever the explanation is. I remember reading something like that. But it's supposed to be very beautifully written and unique and stuff. I don't know if I've ever read a Pulitzer Prize winner before, so this might be my first one when I eventually get to it. Huh. Am I excited for it? Excited. I am excited. Oh, there it is again. Well, that was all of them. That was all of them. That's the fun stuff. That's the fun book hauls you can get, the fun random book hauls you can get by raiding Bobshop or any secondhand store or something like that. And I bought all of this for the price that you might pay for free books. Free new mass market paperbacks. Not even the big boys. Not the like trade paperbacks. They're way more expensive. Trade paperbacks you could get 2. For the price I got all of these. That's true. I'm a liar. Why are you calling me a liar? I'm telling you the truth, man. It's nice. I always like for me this stuff. If I'm not sure about the writer yet, I haven't tried him yet, and I see that I'll get a secondhand book about him, and if I really like that writer, then I'll go and look at more of the other stuff and buy like the new books. I said, okay, this is mine. I kind of do a thing like that. Listen, I'm not gonna feel guilty for. I buy a lot of new books, so I'm not gonna feel guilty for buying some secondhand books as well. But that's it. That's all I wanted to share with you today. Do you like getting secondhand books? Do you sometimes just? Because a lot of these I probably would not have bought if I had to pay full price, because I'm like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. Do you do that, or were you like, no? I only buy new books, or I'm not gonna just give everything a shot, even if it's cheap. It has to be like somebody I know and trust and have read before. I might only do one. Whatever. To each his own. But really, you should be doing what I'm doing. I always do everything right, okay? So you should follow my lead. That's the point. That's the purpose. That's the thing. Why do I try and keep helping you, but it doesn't help. Let's just move on. Let's just finish the show, right? I am the anonymous librarian. You can call me Al. You don't have to call me Al. Maybe you can leave a comment down below if you want to. I would appreciate that. But I will also call you out if it's a nonsense comment. I will come from you. And it probably will be coming from you, right? You're not the greatest. And that's a fact. Just accept it. You're not on the top of the pecking pole. So what's a pecking pole? I think I just made that up. Did I make that up? Doesn't matter. I am saying goodbye. Like, subscribe, notify, send it to everyone. Share it with every person in your phone book. Right? Because that's what you should be doing. That is what you should be doing. And if you don't do it, well, I can't force you. But then at least you make the world a better place. Sharing my content makes the world a better place, because then people get educated. And don't tell me I'm telling lies. This is the truth. I am a singular human being. And I want to go do some other stuff now. So you know what? Bye. Bye.